Pleasant morning to every one of you. Esteemed guests on the dais, powerhouse of India who are sitting off the dais. I'm extremely happy to be a part of this great festival, Envision, today. The name itself is very catchy because normally we use the word celebration only when we all feel happy, whenever we feel unanimously agree that, yeah, we have achieved something, only then we will just go for coin for celebrating moments. So the way it is titled as Envision as a celebration, the first festival of energy, I think this festival, the terminology itself clearly indicates that India started progressing very well in the field of energy. Friends, I keep on telling, and I will also do the same thing in the coming days also. Whether the 20th century was in the favor of India or not, I'm not here to say anything about it. But the 21st century is going to be the century of India. We have to believe, whether we believe it or not, we accept it or not, globe has already started believing, globe has started realizing, and therefore it is high time that each and every one of us in this country, we have to tell to ourselves that this century is going to be the century of India, and therefore, we have to really get ourselves geared up in very many areas, of which few areas are highly prioritized areas. For any nation to progress well and to take the leadership in the global arena, I personally believe that minimum of 4 or 5 securities are very important. Food security, water security, energy security, health security, and strategic security, of which we are here. This particular August gathering is here on behalf of this nation to ensure that, yes, we, by way of putting together all our energy together in a synergistic way, we believe and we have to demonstrate that we can make India to feel proud in the global arena in the coming days, especially with respect to energy sector. You can ask me why and how is it possible. I think I need not go with examples because we have examples on the stage. Have you heard about one-man army? Yes, you should have heard about, or you can see it is Professor Junjunwala. By sitting in IITM Tech Park, one single person, he is really ruling the big area of India's energy. Have you heard about one man who could be considered as the entire ecosystem of industries and supply chain? Yes, we have here Dr. Rahul Walwakar. So he is putting in all his efforts, and I think every week, Thursday or Friday, there will be definitely 1 or 2 mails. Ma'am, can you ask some of your people to attend this meeting and all? Very periodically, very systematically, meetings are happening. And of course, today's stage is getting decorated with a great leader, visionary leader from Murugappa Group. Again, this is one great example that research organization, academia, and industry, all three are on the same page, and there is one more person who is there to link all of us very effectively in the name of ISA also. I think therefore this is a very great combination, and this kind of a combination is the need of the hour, and they have rightly touched upon and they have clearly programmed. The schedules are very impressive, day 1, day 2, and they have clearly coined between 0 to 5 years what and all could be demonstrated. And I was surprised to see 10 plus years only you have showed CO2 capture. I think country is already ready, to the best of my knowledge is concerned. Here and there, technologies have already been transferred to even private companies, to my knowledge. And I think country need not even wait for 10 plus years to come up with a great technology showcase in terms of CO2 adsorption or CO2 capture and CO2 to value-added products. This is my personal opinion. That is number 1. And the end of the day, you have beautifully told that we will be having a electric vehicle parade. I think this is very, very important. So only when we have lot of confidence, only we have proven capabilities, then only we can talk about all these terminologies. And this particular event, this festival has been very, very meticulously planned. And I'm here to tell you again, along with the leaders, those who are sitting on the dais, that definitely we can conquer the world by means of the energy leads of this particular country. Friends, Honorable Prime Minister, during this Independence Day speech, he clearly mentioned that this is high time that countries should start thinking about seriously on two important segments. One is industry, the other one is startup. And we from a scientific fraternity, especially the Minister of Science and Technology, also Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, he also further endorsed that we should not even get stopped with startups. We should ensure that startups become sustainable startups. So when will you just ensure that sustainable startup means we have to back them up with the kind of science and technology leads for which the research organizations, academia like IIT and IIC and other leading universities and other infrasystem and other ecosystems, we are here to support this particular thing to happen in reality. And very, very cautiously, they have included all the components of energy, be it energy generation or energy conversion or energy storage. I think one more thing also you can think in the coming days, which is energy audit. I think energy audit is also mandate because most of I think that you can cover even under climate change also. Maybe, I don't know whether you have a thought on it or not, because energy audit is also becoming the need of the hour. Even though we are talking about 450 gigawatt of installations, renewable energy installations, and when we are talking about this is what is the target for green hydrogen production, even though we talk about $1 per kg of hydrogen, though we are at a rate of maybe $2.5 to $3 per kg of hydrogen today, similarly, though we are at $180 per kilowatt hour of lithium battery today, but companies started promising that we can think about $120 per kilowatt hour of lithium battery. I think if at all, if and only if the supply chain is completely strengthened, we can think about bringing down these values and we can make these technologies popular not only in the national level but also in the global level. Friends, Honorable Prime Minister is all the time giving us suggestions and guidelines in such a way that, number one, we have to excel within the country, but we cannot go on a complacent mode the moment we just lead this country in terms of science and technology. But it is much more essential that how long we can be the backseaters, how long we can be the followers. We should create a time and we should create a history in science and technology wherein India should lead and India should take the driving seat and all other countries should accept it, which we call it as global acceptance. So the moment the country is thinking about something, I would say without any hesitation, friends, we are all very fortunate because we are living in an era wherein the country started celebrating science, scientists, researchers, and scientific leads. And therefore, we have to make use of this particular opportunity, this timely given support, and we have to enhance and improve our scientific standards. We have to come up with technologies and we have to benchmark them globally, by means of which days should not be far off that we should be celebrated not only in India but also in the entire globe. So today we are celebrating this festival in this particular campus. Soon we should be invited in the international arena for a bigger festival to lead and to really take them all in one group. So how we can make all these things to happen, it is nothing but it's only the team effort. And Professor Junjunwala has taken the initiative at the right point of time. So he is talking to all age groups and different segments. And therefore, we as researchers, passionate researchers, let us think seriously how best we can really contribute to the various national schemes. Because if you just take in the sector of energy alone, country has already announced a number of schemes whether it is FAME 1 or FAME 2, whether it is hydrogen mission, because MNRE will be coming up with a very big announcement on national hydrogen mission in the coming days. But already country has set up India Vision 2047, because now we are in the era of Amrit Kal. Country calls this period as Amrit Kal because 75 years of independence is over. We are marching towards 100 years of independence. So during this 2.5 decade, 25 years of journey, how best the country can leverage all its R&D and technology leads, by means of which we can make a country a self-sustainable country and a more or less a nodal and a model company and a country in the global arena. That is the mantra. And therefore, friends, I take this opportunity just to congratulate the organizers for having arranged this kind of a festival. Because even though many times we know that we are doing or somebody else is doing, it's always good to see the persons or the group who are doing great. We have to appreciate them, and we have to meet, talk, discuss, deliberate, argue, and finally we have to end up with some kind of a very structured action plan for implementation. This kind of interactions, these brainstormings will really play a very, very great role in taking us to greater heights. I think this is one such program, and this is one such unique program. This program will kindle the spirit of many of the youngsters, those who are sitting here, and many of the leaders, those who are sitting here, by means of which we all can really, one more time, reorient. We can rededicate all our interests towards energy in strengthening areas such as generation, conversion, storage, and energy management, which I call it as energy audit. Friends, with these few words, once again, I consider this as a great opportunity for me, because I'm able to meet all the bright faces, all the energetic faces, and the total energy face of this country. And therefore, thanking the organizers for this wonderful opportunity. And I look forward to listen to the proceedings of the complete Envision Festival. And I'll be really much more curious to know the follow-up meetings and the follow-up action plans, and what are the leads which will be coming out in the upcoming days also. With this, I wish this particular festival a great success, and I wish all the very best to all of you. Once again, thank you. Jai Hind, Namaskar.